one of my favorite kits, not just because I picked it out, but because the witch is brand new this year. This is a new witch this year. Okay? And we're super excited. Yes, I put my box on the floor and I had to drop it. I'm fine.
I just wanted to make sure there wasn't like another chair incident.
Nope, we're good. Look at this witch we're using today, my friends.
Oh, that is cute. I didn't really get a good look at the witch that she's going to use this year. But it's cute.
It is super cute. Look, come on. Look at this.
You know what's the one thing I'm worried about, though?
Look at this hat.
I'm worried about the feathers falling off.
They're not going to fall off. They're not feathers like in a boa. So they're not going to, which is a good thing to bring up, pumpkin. They're not like feathers in a boa, my friends. You have to really pluck at them to get them to come off.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So we're good?
So that is a good question. They look like, but they're not. So you're not going to have that falling off. So they've got to, look at this boot. Look at that booty.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Tina, look at that butt. Okay. It is so cute.
Oh my God. Look at her butt.
Okay. And then with that,
oh my gosh, that sign is so cute.
isn't it? Isn't it?
I love how.
Okay, so this kit will be released right after I'm done live. So y'all, the sale will start and the kit will be released. So y'all get to hang in here with me. Okay, till I'm done. All right, next up, we have the mesh. Check this out. This is some beautiful, beautiful mesh. And we have some beautiful Harlequin rib. Y'all, this is some excellent. Look at how big this roll is. So that, oh, I forgot. Ha ha, my bad. Look at this, y'all. The two-sided ribbon has struck again. Look at that. I'm a huge fan of some damask and Harlequin. I actually have my living room decorated in this. I'm that big of a fan. Okay, we all know that this is some good quality ribbon. Hold on. My daughter's going gaga. She's trying not to tell y'all before I show it. And then we have some, look at this. I guess I can go ahead and open it. And then look at this ribbon, y'all. That's in the kit. Look at that sparkle.
God.
That's got some serious sparkle to it, y'all.
I love that. I usually don't like glitter, but I love that.
So we have some serious sparkle. And then we have some flex tube. Check that out. Because, you know,
oh my gosh,
Jackie and a flex tube go hand in hand. And then look at these cute little ball picks. My friends, with some, look at that sparkle and shine. Okay, because a girl needs some bling. Right? Okay, the kits are excluded from the sale. Yeah, you can go ahead and open it. She's dying to open something over here. So I will show y'all what I got to add to the kit. Because y'all know me. Y'all want me to Jackie-fy it. So we got to Jackie-fy it. We got to Jackie it up. Okay. Look, that's what my daughter's obsessed. Like, she can't run off with this.
I can't steal it, unfortunately.
I'll have to order her one. I think these come in orange and white.
Do you want me to go ahead?
Is that right, Laurie? These come in orange and white. And look at this. Look at their wings are wired. So we'll be putting him, look at him. He's so cute. So we'll be putting him in the kit. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Look at him. So he's not in the kit. This is my extra to Jackie-fy it. Okay? This is kit. This is Jackie-fy.
Is this also Jackie-fy?
And then we have some stars, my friends. And these stars, one pick will go a long way. But to Jackify it up, might need more than one, right? Are y'all with me?
You can never get too carried away.
All right. So when we went and did kits, we heard what y'all had to say, and you wanted more over-the-top kits. So there is the less is more kits and some over-the-top ones for y'all. Y'all are going to be really excited as more kits come out. And as always, you will when you get a kit, you'll either get Chanel stems. You will also get your measuring tape. Also, as we do tutorials now for the kits, okay, if you have the Unique in the Creek app, you will get a quick link access, so no more searching through YouTube, blah, 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 to find the tutorial for the kit. Now, keep in mind, we can't keep all the tutorials on the app all the time, so they will stay there for 30 days and get rotated out, okay? So keep that in mind for those of you that have the app. I will show you really quick. And also, if you have the app, we'll send out notifications when kits are released and sales are going on. So check it out. Go to Unique in the Creek. And you will see right through here is the most recent kit tutorials. And when you click, all you have to do is click, and it'll take you straight to the YouTube video for that particular kit. Okay? All right. Let's get started, my friends. Are you ready to get started? So this kit comes with a large round board. Now, when you're doing characters and wreath attachments, it is like the best to get the large round boards because you have more places to attach your characters, okay? Everything but boards, kits, and in-house products and Unique in the Creek merchandise. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to load our board with 16 pipe cleaners. Yeah, I was sad. I tried to get one of the ghost plushies, and I didn't even get one, so I was sad. Those ghost plushies, the new ones this year, were so cute. Okay, so I have found the easiest way to add pipe cleaners. Everybody has their tricks, but I usually, and it's funny, and I just do this to double check that I've got the right amount. I put 4 of them together, and then I fold them in half. And that's just, because I need 16. So I'll end up with 4 groupings of 4. I know, Jackie's weird. Sometimes just a little bit. But like I said, that's just my way of double checking. Okay. And just for the sake of Laurie, here's my one zip tie. I always think it's a good idea to go ahead and put your zip tie on for your hanger. That way you know where the top and bottom of your wreath is at. Okay? So let's flip this over and load our board. And I'm going to show you the easiest way to remember how to load your board. Okay? You see, we're going to skip down a row where I'm telling you. See where the one single hole is? That's where you want to start loading the outside of your board. Okay? We're going to go right above every single hole with a pipe cleaner, and that's going to be 8 pipe cleaners on the outside. Hello, my friends. Hello, Miss Brenda and Jill and Debbie. Hello. Come on in, have a seat. Okay, so now we're going to load our second row. And to make sure that everything is even, we're going to use the double holes between, and that gives you a perfect mesh lineup. I don't know why my hands are so shaky. I haven't had but 1 cup of coffee this morning. Who knows? All right. And then we just run through here and twist these down real quick to secure them. They just need 1 twist, my friends. Maybe I'm because I need more coffee. I do use a longer, heavier, dutier zip tie for my hanger. I do. I keep just for my hangers. I keep a thicker zip tie because sometimes my wreaths can, because I load them up, can end up weighing a little bit more. So yeah. This is the large board. So like I said, when I'm done, so y'all just might as well hang out with me. You ain't got nothing better to do till the sale starts. Okay, you might as well just hang out with me. For those of you that are just joining, if you need wreath ideas, I showed you my purchases from Unique in the Creek for lives that I have coming up. And I'm fixing to sneeze, and I'm sorry. I'm trying not to because I sneeze ugly loud, and I don't mean to, but I do. Okay, so next up, we're going to go ahead and cut our ribbon and get that out of the way. Okay, so while you're ordering, if you've never ordered from Unique in the Creek before, this is a really good tool to have. Okay, especially if you're a beginner, because this will help you measure your ribbon, and I can show you how to make a bow with it, which is what I'm going to do today. We're gonna use this to make a bow instead. All right. I did not. You can get the bat also from Unique in the Creek. It comes in orange and white, I believe. Correct, Laurie? Just orange and white, I think. Okay, so we're going to cut 8 ribbons, and we're cutting on 14 inches. And what we're going to do, because this is two-sided ribbon, we're going to put half of it on the Harlequin side. So 4 of them are going to be on the Harlequin side. Cut, cut, cut. Oh man, that's great ribbon. And then we're going to put 4 of them on the damask side. Now, if you don't like the picks I've chosen and you want to add more Harlequin to your wreath, there are Harlequin picks available. Maybe Tina can drop the SKU number for those. I love a good Harlequin pick. Okay, so we're doing a half and half. 4 ribbons are going to be the damask side, and 4 ribbons are going to be the Harlequin side. Okay, so now we're going to cut our other ribbon, and we're going to cut 8 pieces of it. Right, Jill? I think so, Lynn. You kind of got to ask Tina Kelly to double check. Okay, so now that I got my ribbons cut, and this is just my process, y'all. So when I have all my materials prepared before I come on live, this is the process that I go through to get ready before you actually see me come on live. Okay, so, next up, I would cut my flex tube, and I'm going to show you the easiest way to cut flex tube. Stop. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay, so you're going to get 10 yards of flex tube. So I'm just going to go ahead and I cut mine 24 inches. Look, y'all, if you stretch this stuff and it's not going to lay perfect, and we don't need it perfect, y'all. Welcome to Jackie Wreathing 101. Nothing has to be perfect, okay? By the time I'm done, it will look perfect. Okay? So we're going to cut, and I cut 2 at a time. And I'm cutting it 24 inches. And you just lay it there, y'all. You don't stretch it, because if you stretch it, it's going to be shorter. So when you lay it down there, you just lay it down there. Okay, come on. If embossed ribbon isn't in stock right now, I'm pretty sure Laurie has some on the way. Okay, so that is our flex tube and our ribbon cut. So now we're ready to start cutting our mesh, but I'm going to go ahead and get my sign ready to roll. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my pipe cleaners on. And just a little trick to make sure you kind of get them in the right place. I always go right below the staples and in the middle. And keep in mind, the staples that I use, they come from Walmart. They're called Arrow staples. They have teeth on them, y'all, which really grips into your sign, and they're 1/4 inch. Okay, y'all, do I need to do a little bit more prep work? Because I can. Just a little bit more. A little bit more, and then we're going to get started. I'll give y'all just a little bit more time to run over and get your witch kit and not worry about missing anything. Okay? Because we need to get our witch ready. Okay, so these things come on it. I don't know why, y'all, but whatever. I kind of wish they wouldn't, but they do. We immediately cut these off. And then I'm going to get my torture device out. Oh, and y'all, don't forget to cut off the tag. Okay, y'all, so I'm telling you really only need one pipe cleaner through this to attach it. Okay, so, and what you want to do, you want to go and make sure that you're on the seam, because that's going to be the strongest part of your wreath attachment. So you don't have to worry about anything coming apart. So I'm going to go through there with my ice pick, my friends. By the way, Laurie's got an ice pick. Have y'all seen her use her ice pick yet? If she has, I missed it. Hers is fancier than mine. It's got a lid on it, and mine's old. Woo! Okay. Okay. So now we have our booty ready. Oh, one more thing and then we're ready to start. Come here, my friend. By the way, y'all think I'm cruel to plushies? Somebody stabbed them before I did. That's just cruel. They really only need to be stabbed once. I'm just saying. We get some thick fabric here and put another pipe cleaner. And then we're going to officially get started assembling. Now keep in mind, the reason that these wreath attachments only need one pipe cleaner, they're lightweight, y'all. Okay? So that's why we only need one pipe cleaner. And we are ready to start assembling. So everybody put your shopping on pause. Pause the shopping, my friends. Because now we're going to get into the designing. All right. Everybody had their shopping opportunity. Here we go. You've got about 1 more minute to shop while I cut the mesh. And we're going to cut the mesh. Oh. 16 pieces at 20 inches, my friends. 20 inches. Let's go. Okay, so what I do, this is the mesh from the end of the roll. We're using this in the middle because it ruffles a little bit tighter. So what I do to make sure that I have a nice big ruffle on the outside, and you'll be able to tell real easy, is I use what I cut off at the first of the roll for the outside ruffle. So see, you can tell I cut this off the first of the roll, and this is toward the end of the roll. If you do that, it'll help your ribbon lay better as well. Also, before I run around and start ruffling, I like to open up my pipe cleaners to get them ready. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do like one roll under. We're going to call it the tuck and roll. Tuck. Well, tuck and ruffle is what I call it. Tuck and then ruffle. Because we're just doing one tuck. And that'll keep the edges of your mesh from fraying. So you don't have to do anything special. Just one tuck and ruffle. It looks like other techniques, but it's not. I'm not doing it anywhere near the same as other techniques because I'm just doing a tuck, one tuck under. So once again, here we go. We're going to do one tuck under, just one. And then ruffle, ruffle. And then I grab the end and I'm just doing another tuck. Like I said, that'll keep your edges from fraying. So tuck, ruffle, 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 ruffle. For those of you that have a hard time ruffling, let me show you my trick to ruffling. And it's all in how you place your hands. So watch the magic hands, okay? So after you do your tuck, make your tuck. See these fingers out here? I'm going to hold these fingers out here toward the edge. Okay? I'm going to use, these fingers are out toward the edge, just these two. These fingers are out toward the edge. Notice I've got my hands pretty far apart. Okay, but I'm going to use these fingers to bring my mesh to me. You want to, don't chase after it, bring it to you. Don't chase after it, bring it to you. Okay? So on the outside, I'm holding my mesh, and then I'm going to bring my mesh in, bring my mesh in. I'm going to bring it to me, and I'm using all my fingers to collect it up. And then before I do a quick check to make sure I've got my pinch centered, and then I put it in my wreath. So once again, for those of you that have a hard time ruffling, it's kind of all in how you hold your hands. You don't go chasing the mesh around, you bring it to you, okay? You're going to assert your dominance over this mesh and make it do what you want to do. Because you're going to bring it to you. So here we go. Roll your mesh under. Notice I'm using my whole hand. Hold it down. And then ruffle. Ruffle. I'm using my whole, look at that, whole hand to ruffle it. I'm not going straight down the set, like on the outside. Grab from the outside, my friends. And then double check. And I'm just telling you, if you feel like you have to be careful with the products that you bought, that they're going to tear apart, what you're buying the wrong products. Okay? If you can't be forceful with it, and I mean that with ribbon like anything, okay? think about it like this. If you're afraid that your mesh is going to fall apart, because I'm telling you, I can't even tell you how many times I've dropped a wreath and I've caught it by the mesh. Your mesh needs to be able to support the weight of the wreath, because it could happen to your customer if you sell them. Quality, quality, quality. I always tell people, I used to make this joke when I was growing, because people used to pick on me, y'all, because I wear a size 10 in shoes, okay? So I've kind of got big feet. So people used to make fun of my feet being big when they found out what size shoes I wear. So I used to tell them, keep in mind, you have to have a firm foundation to build such a temple. So we're starting out with our firm foundation to build our temple, my friends. Okay? So next up, and the reason I'm doing it like this is so you can see better how I add the ribbon. So let's get our ribbon stacks out here. And then we'll go to our middle. Now, I don't think we need ribbon in the middle. We can always go back and add that later without a problem. Okay? Okay, so we're going to alternate, like I said, between our damask ribbon and our Harlequin ribbon, so it doesn't really matter what we start with. Well, when I was younger, I was actually more obnoxious when I said that. Do y'all want to know what I really said when I said, and it's not cussing. I'm not going to cuss y'all. Okay, so what you want to do is take your two ribbons, and there's several different techniques to do this. Okay, but you just kind of want to fold your ribbon up like this. And what I do is I take my pointer finger, and I put it in my ribbon, and then I'm just going to ball my finger up like this. Now, the advantage to this is, number one, I've already got the pinch started on my ribbon. Number two, look at this. I have my little pinchers to open my tie if I need to. Okay? And then we're just going to transfer this over here. And you want to make sure that you tie this down tight. Okay? Now, here's the trick to getting your ribbon to lay perfect. Because if you notice when you put it in the wreath, let me tilt this up. It kind of, look at it. It looks like it's trying to fly away. We don't want our ribbon to fly away, my friends. We want it to stay and look pretty. Okay? And there's this little area. Let me zoom in. Let me show you. Do you see this? I call it, because it goes, swoops down. I call it dimpling. Okay? Because it does. It's in like a dimple when you smile, right? So I call it dimpling. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go under both my ribbons. And I'm going to pop that dimple up. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like up close. So I popped that dimple up. And then we're going to get aggressive, my friends, and we're going to pull our ribbons apart. And when I pull them apart, what I'm going to do is take my hands and I'm going to roll both my ribbons up. It's kind of like giving life to a flower. I treat my ribbons like I would a flower that I'm adding in, and I want it to look like it's alive. Okay? So then we're going to pull it apart again and do the same thing. And I'm going to roll my ribbon up like so. Everybody got that? All right. So now we're going to rock and roll and add our ribbon. Pop that dimple. I'd call it a pimple, but you know, that's just kind of disgusting. And sometimes when people smile at you, they do it so snarky, it makes you want to pop their dimples. So, okay, so do y'all want to know what I really used to say about the whole temple thing? Lynn's gonna love this one. Because, you know, it was kind of rough. Having big feet and people making fun of me. That's not all they made fun of me for, but whatever. I used to tell people you have to have a firm foundation to build such a temple. Now, worship. I was pretty sassy when I'm still sassy, but you know, I edit it for the purposes of Facebook. Where's my? Come here. Hello. Where'd you go? Oh. Ooh, this is gonna be so pretty when it's done. So pretty. Ooh, something's moving. Stay. I have to show y'all this. I know some of y'all aren't the biggest fan of glitter, but for this being glitter ribbon, I'm not really knocking off that much glitter as I'm working with it. Just to let y'all know. Because people see glitter and they run for the hills afraid that it's going to make a big mess, but this is not knocking off that much. I don't know if you can see that, but I just wanted to bring that up real quick. Okay, so now let's go and put our mesh in the center. So now we're using the mesh that was at the end of the roll. See how it's tighter? Because we're just using this as support, y'all. So while I'm adding this mesh, anybody got any questions? Now would be a good time. I have drank glitter in my coffee before. Like, it has gone all over in my coffee, and I'm like, how did it get there? My husband, like, he totally detests Christmas glitter. And there's a reason for it, because, you know, if you're a crafter, you know. But when Christmas comes around, and I think I've told y'all this before, you're going to get glitter going and coming. I don't care if you take a shower. You're still coming out of the shower with glitter on. It's everywhere come Christmas time. Especially, you know, if you do make wreaths and arts and crafts for a living, because you're out there in it. And my husband, unfortunately, can take a shower, still go to work, and he's got glitter all over him. So every year, we come up with a new name for the stripper he's seeing this year. We've had sparkles, glitters, we've had several different names. Because, you know, he works around a bunch of guys. They kind of make fun of him for the glitter. So, you know, we kind of got to keep it a little bit masculine there for my husband. Y'all know what I mean? My husband and I actually used to work at the same place together, and not a lot of people knew that I made wreaths. And they blamed me for the glitter and made comments and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, we kind of had to just distract them from that a little bit. No, that was a stripper he saw last night down at the local club. What was her name again? Oh, that was Sparkles. We've had Champagne, Sparkles. You know, we try to think of something that's a shiny name. Okay, so let's get our last piece of mesh on. Now, like I said, I don't think we're going to need to put ribbon in the center, because of all our goodies. So that's why I didn't cut 16 pieces of ribbon, because, you know, we don't know if it's necessary yet. Come here, my pipe cleaner. Here, pipe cleaner, pipe cleaner. Okay, there it is. Oh. I think I have a little bit of mesh left over here, and it's just a little bit. It's not even enough to make anything with. So what I'm going to do, because I'm putting a sign in and a lot of stuff, okay, we're just going to go and add this one little last piece of mesh straight in the center. To give extra support to our sign. A sign is like tatas. It needs all the support that it can get. Like I said, there's not really enough left to do anything with, so we're going to put it to use. As soon as I get the tape off my fingers. Come on. Veep, veep, let go. Okay. And if I had to guess, there's about 25 inches left here. Ugh. Okay, so now we have a good support system for our sign. So let's put our sign on first. So I'm going to find my zip tie and flip this around to where I know where the top is. Bring my sign out a wee bit wicked. And we're going to put this smack dab in the middle of our wreath. Come back here. Did the kit already sell out? Okay. So let's center up our sign here. And what I do to keep the sign in the center of the wreath and make sure it stays in the center is my first set of pipe cleaners, and I'll show you in a sec. I'm going to loosely tie those first. Okay? So let me show you what's going on. I'm going to loosely tie those first because I put my pipe cleaner right here on the second row, and I'm going to put the other one right here. And those are actually a little bit further in, and that's to create leverage to keep my sign from going left to right. But we're not fully securing this one down yet, so I can still move the sign. If you go to uniqueinthecreek.com and look under wreath kits, you will find all the kits that are available there. Okay, now that I've got all my pipe cleaners pulled through, I'm going to check to make sure that I have this in the center. So this pipe cleaner on this side, I'm going to now pull down and I'm going to secure it. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to pull this one down and tighten it as well. And that's going to keep my sign from moving left to right and up and down. See? Yes, my affiliate link does work. There's my affiliate link for those of you asking. I really appreciate it. Keep in mind, if you use your favorite designer's affiliate link, it lets Laurie know also how much you love us. And it helps her decide whether or not she wants to keep us around. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, it does help. Alright. And then once I get my pipe cleaners good and secure, I finish winding them up. And I tuck them in the board so I don't have anything sticking out that is sharp. And it keeps the back of the board nice and clean, my friends. Okay? Alright, so next up, we're going to add some booty, y'all. We're going to add some booty. Now, I just want to tell you, it's like viewer's choice when you do this, but I don't want to go straight up and down with my witch, so I'm going to go like crooked with my witch. I'm going to make it look like she's sitting this way in my wreath. So I'm going to find a hole just to the right of my wreath, just to the right of my sign. Come here, my friend. Don't run away from me. Oh. Now I'm choosing a hole that is basically like almost directly under the edge of my sign. And the reason that I'm doing that is I kind of want to tuck the booty a little bit under the sign to make it look like it's going behind the sign. And coming out of the wreath, like so. And we're going to pull our witch really tight into the wreath. Okay, that way, look, the legs are sticking out. See how the legs are sticking out like it's coming out of the wreath, which will make it really super cute. You want to lay it flat, that's fine. But I kind of want mine to stick out just a little bit. And then we're going to tighten her down in there. And then let me show you. So I used these two holes just to the right of the sign. And then once again, with the extra, we're just going to poke that back up under there to get rid of the excess. And then I'm going to take the booty now that it's in there, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a twist. That way it looks like it's kind of crooked into the wreath. And then we're going to come up here with the hat, and we're going to do about the same thing over again on the hat. And I'm going to do it off to the side, but I'm going to make sure that I'm pointing the hat and everything in this direction, so it looks like the witch is going this direction. Now the hat, we won't pull as tightly down into the wreath as we did the booty, because it's lightweight. We kind of want it to float a little bit on top. At the same time, we want to make sure that it doesn't cover our wording too, so we'll make some adjustments here in a second. Everybody with me so far? Everybody with me so far? So far, so good, so good, so far. Okay. Now, my friends. All right, let's go ahead and add our flex tube and get it off the table. And I'm going to put 2 pieces in every tie. So we're going to bring our ends together, and then we're going to bring those 2 together like so, like we're making a bow, just like that. Look how fun this is, y'all. Isn't this a fun kit so far? Yes. Yes. If all the designers, if you go to meet the designers on the Unique in the Creek website, all their links are posted there as well. Oh, my nose itches. Whew. Okay. So now we got our flex tube on. Like so. Everybody good so far? We good so far? We good. We good. Okay. So next up, all right. So we're gonna make a couple bows. We're gonna make 2 bows this time, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, and I'll try to make them as simple as possible for you beginners. But we need a bow right here, and well, wait a minute. Let me get my little friend here. Let me get my little friend here before I decide on 2 bows, because I really want my little friend in the wreath too. So I need to decide on where to put him. Okay. We're just gonna make 1 bow. I almost forgot about my little friend. Okay. All right. How do y'all want me to make? You want me to use the Measure Buddy or the Easy Bow Maker? Which y'all want me to use? Viewer choice. Because I have all the bow makers, y'all. Ooh, if you haven't seen it done with the Measure Buddy, then you haven't been paying very much attention to me. All right. So to do it with the Measure Buddy, it's just a little bit different. Tina Kelly. I can make a bow by hand. What are you trying to do? Challenge me? Y'all want me to show you I can make a bow by hand? Fine. 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 Alright. I make a bow by hand different than a lot of people because I build my bow from the top down when I do it by hand. Okay. Tina Kelly. And I will go slow for those of you that have never made a bow before and are trying to learn. That's the purpose of tutorials, right? Okay, so what you want to do, by the way, there is a tutorial of me making a bow with the Measure Buddy on Unique in the Creek YouTube page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I decide first how big I want my center loop to be. And then I make my first loop and I pinch. Like I said, there's a lot of people that make bows differently. I do mine from the top down. Some people do it from the bottom up. All right. So then we got to make our second loop. And I'm like, there's a sneeze hanging out here. Okay. Now what I do to make my second loop, notice that this is upside down. Okay. This part is upside down. We need this to be right side up. So what we're going to do right here in the center, we're going to make that 180 twist of our ribbon. And when you make that 180 twist of your ribbon, now your ribbon is face up. Okay, to make our next loop. So when you make your next loop, you're just going to go under. And then what I do is I take my first loop and my second loop and I measure them to get them the same length. And then I make my pinch. Now we need our tail. Once again, okay, once again, the wrong side of our ribbon is up. We need it to be the correct side. So we're going to do a 180 twist at the center to get the correct side of our ribbon up. And then we're going to cut that off. And that's going to be our first loops. Next up, we're going to get our Harlequin ribbon. And what I do, we're going to lay this out here. What I do is I'm going to make my tail just a little bit longer than the first one. So I'm going to lay this in here. I'm going to start my pinch. And then my loop is going to be just a little bit bigger than this loop. Okay? See, just a little bit bigger than the last loop. And then we're going to pinch again. Okay? Now, the way that I'm going to layer my bow, we could just let the damask hang out, which would be fine. You know what? That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do just to be different. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and let the damask hang out. So we're just going to go ahead and continue on since this is a two-sided ribbon. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let our Harlequin show as our tail and cut it off. And then we're going to come back to our other ribbon. And once again, tail just a little bit longer. Loop just a little bit longer. Twist, flip, whoop. And then what we're going to do this time to make sure we have an even disbursement between the Harlequin and damask, we're going to put the damask side up this time. I need to let that sneeze rip. It's like just sitting there like it has nothing better to do, and I don't have anything better to do. All right, we're going to leave the Harlequin side up. That way we have Harlequin and damask. And then we're going to leave the damask tail up. Bam! And then we're going to get my zip tie that has ran across the table. I'm just going to tell you, like, if you've never made a bow by hand, this ribbon is not, it's great ribbon, y'all, but it's not the best ribbon to start practicing on because it's a little bit difficult to twist for a beginner. All right. Now I'm going to run through here and dovetail my tails. And then Tina Kelly's never going to ask me to make a bow by hand again. Ever. All right, so now we need to add this to our wreath. So we're going to grab a pipe cleaner. Hey, I'm tickled to death by those that can make a bow by hand. I really am. But I got early osteoarthritis. And my hand strength does not cooperate for long periods. I've got strong hands, but they just don't cooperate for long periods of time. Okay, so we're going to put our bow down in this area to fill it in. I do a lot of repeat motions when making wreaths. And when you make bows by hand a lot, it actually, you know, as much as I do, it increases my chances, which I already have carpal tunnel, but it'll increase my chances of making it worse. And there's already enough wrong with me, y'all. So that's why I use a bow maker. Like, I just don't need anything else wrong with me or making things worse. Well, honey, you must be like years and years ago. I've been using bow makers for, I don't know, about 13 years. Like the first couple years that I started making, I didn't make any bows at all. I couldn't make bows and I gave up. So I actually made wreaths and I sold them without bows. And I found out really quick that in order to sell a wreath, you don't really need to learn how to make a bow, which was great. And then finally one day I got it. All right, so we start from fluffing at the bottom with our bottom ribbon. I'm here to tell you, my friends, if you don't know how to make a bow, that's fine. That where there is a will, there is a way. If you want to make a wreath bad enough, you don't need to add a bow. Ta-da! Alright, let's get our little dude up here in this corner, directly across from our bow, for balance. Like I said, the bat does not come in the kit. It's one of the extras that I got to Jackie-fy it. Because, you know, y'all want to see Jackie-fy it. Alright. Now, what I want to do is I don't want my bat to really sink down into my wreath. I kind of want him to be a little bit on the side, but if I pull him down too hard, he's going to sink into the wreath too hard, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue and put him on my sign. So I'm just going to go right at the corner top of the sign. It won't take much because he's lightweight, and we're just going to whoop, and we're going to hold him there for a minute, let him cool off. You know, because he's in a bad mood. He needs to cool off. He's in a bad mood because he thinks I forgot about him. I didn't. Okay, so next up is the goodies. Now we'll use the goodies first that came in the kit, which is the tinsel balls. And what I'm going to do first, and we might only use one pick, but anyway, so what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to tear this pick apart. Apparently I like destroying things. So I'm going to pick this one off. Oh. Let go. Fine, you don't want to let go? Not a problem. I got you. You will do what I want to do. You can either do this the easy way or the hard way. Okay. And then we're going to take the smaller ones. I think we only need one pick. Which is good. Because I'll use the other pick next week. Maybe. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to match this up. I'm going to take black with the small purple, like so. And I'm going to make my own little pick like this. Like that. And then I'm going to take the purple with the orange. And that's just to make sure that I'm mixing up the colors. Like so. And then we're going to take the orange with the little black. So we're just kind of mixing this up a little bit. But what I'm doing is I want to make sure that I don't put the same colors together. All right. So there's those picks. Now, my friends, before you go placing balls on a wreath attachment, really think about where you're putting them. Don't put them here. Okay? Please don't. Because I will be over here literally judging you. These are ultra lightweight, so we can just hot glue them in. So that's what we're going to do. Make sure when you use hot glue and mesh that you poke your down into the mesh to secure it. Don't just leave it floating on top of the mesh. Poke it down in there. All right, so we placed one here at the corner. We're going to skip over and we're going to come and place another one here. Y'all, I'm telling you, be very careful with how you put things in your wreath. You could end up with the most obscene looking wreath. And I will be the only person that will probably have the courage to tell you. Because most people will just let you be. Alright. And so we're going to come down here and put another one. Alright, now if you want to add more of these, you can, but I definitely wanted to add a different element. So we're going to add some stars dancing on the water. Okay. So we have, oh, this is nice. So this pick will nicely go ahead and divide into 3. All right, but I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually use both picks to make a more cohesive look. So let me show you what I'm going to do. And keep in mind, this does not come in the kit. This one is extra. So let me show you what I'm going to do. So we're going to take the star pick and this pick up here with the white. Now, because this one has a big white star, we're setting it to the side. And don't worry, we'll use it in another project. And then we're going to grab one of these over here. It doesn't matter if it's the white or the orange. But because of the black star, we're going to grab it, okay? And I think to make it more cohesive later on, I'm going to grab the orange one. That way I have this as white. Just explaining it to you, my thought process. That way you learn. All right, so the next time I go to use these, see, these look more cohesive together when I go to put them in a wreath. Everybody understand what I'm doing here? I think this might be a little bit long. Let's test and see. Yep. By itself, it's a little bit long, so I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're actually going to reel this in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is bend this down a little bit and just go back up. No reason to destroy the pick. So we're just going to bend this down, and then that way all three of the stars will stick out together, and this one isn't too long. And I'm making sure to start with this one in the center because it does have the white star. These two are the same. So now we'll go over this way. And I'm going to do the same thing again because this is just a little too tall. I don't want it sticking that far out of the wreath, so I'm just going to bend it down a little bit. Separate these out a bit. And then we're going to hot glue the Hannah out of it. And then last one, we're going to put over here. And we're going to do that one last time. We're going to bend that down just a little bit. We're going to shrink it. And then we're going to separate our stars out a little bit. Hot glue the Hannah out of it. And then we can give our bat, look, our wings bend, so we can give it a little personality. Because we don't want him laying flat. And that, my friends, is the witch kit. Ta-da! Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. What do y'all think? Well, I put my ribbons where they go. Anybody got any questions before I take off? What would I sell this for? I'm going to sell this on my website for $114. All right, y'all. That's going to wrap it up for me today. I will see y'all next week. Don't forget, spread the word, because we don't know if it'll happen again. But I'm actually going to make a flower Monday, and I'm going to wood burn the mesh. Okay? I was inspired, and I don't want to give it away. I was inspired. All right. Y'all go shop the sale, get your wreath kits, and I will see y'all next week. Y'all have a great rest of the week. Bye, y'all.